Gosh, tap the screen for the next 2 minutes for your boy, man. All right, here we go.
You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the number one sports talk show on the planet.
Damn.
The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution
Special
in
K, the
radio,
great
the
comedian,
realest,
Special K.
trillest sports talk show in America.
Comedian for the
Doug
two-eyed
Stewart
shoes.
Show.
Always used to
Broadcasting
say.
live Monday through Friday,
He
10
always
a.m. to
used to
noon
say
Eastern
is,
Time, exclusively on the Stewart
he
Media
had
and
this thing
Entertainment Network.
This is
You're
sports
lucky if
talk
you were
for the
born
people.
white.
Follow Stewart
Being
Media
white is
and
like always
Entertainment
having $5
right now
in your
on
pocket.
Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming
Like,
events
damn.
like the Couples and Cocktail
You don't
Series,
want none of this
viewing
struggle.
parties,
I mean, you
and
don't
much
want none of
more.
this struggle.
Up next,
Oh, boy.
get ready to ride raw with the
Can't
Doug
cut your
Stewart
TV
Show.
on. Look at
This
the
is
news any
sports
day.
talk with hot sauce.
You know,
Texas
I don't know if
beat
you
hot
know it.
sauce.
They shoot
The
ninjas
Doug
in the back.
Stewart Show.
They running away.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and
So,
Entertainment
I don't know about
Network.
that. You went to Howard and everything. Real HU. You know, Howard versus Hampton. But there's a lot of other things that come with
Fantasy
this
sports
black
fans are winning
There's a
huge
lot of
cash
other
prizes
things that
every
come with
day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily
Yeah.
fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long
wow.
commitments. Play whenever you want.
Treehouse
Pick your
Radio
sport,
joined, so you just
draft your
joined me
team.
on the little
It's like a new
Periscope.
season
Periscope
every
is
time
crazy,
you
man.
play.
Thank you so much for joining me on the
you're
little
never
pre-show.
stuck with the same players. Last year, $300
Monday
million
through Friday
were
from
won
10
at
a.m. to 12 p.m. The Doug Stewart Show. Pass the word, man. Shouts out. Can I get a little roll call? While you tap the screen, can I get a little roll call? I'll probably bring the screen back up a little bit later in the show, probably the second hour.
Entry now at
15 minutes or so.
DraftKings.com. Also, if you
but
use promo code
I'm going
STU,
to cut it off when we
DraftKings
start
will
the
match
show,
your
so I
initial
need you to go to
deposit up
Spreaker or go to my app, The Doug Stewart Show.
Deposit $600,
And,
play with $1,200.
And check the show out
DraftKings.com, promo
live
code
as we do it
STU.
live, all right? But let me get a little roll call. Where you from? I really love this. I love the whole aspect
At Ticket
of
Liquidator,
people
we believe you
somewhere
should have
else
access
in
to
the
the
world
experiences you
in
want to
real
be a part
time,
of. Since
you know,
2003,
hanging out with you.
Ticket Liquidator
You know,
has been
so where you
connecting
from? Where
buyers
you,
and
checking me
sellers
out from?
with the most sought-after and often sold-out events
man,
across
Quincy
the
Jones,
country. Ticket
Quincy,
Liquidator's
what up, Quincy?
nationwide network
Oliveri,
gives
what's
you
going on?
access to one
All
of
right,
the
so
largest
Douglasville,
online inventories
Brooklyn,
of
and
sports,
Atlanta.
theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets.
Pittsburgh.
And our
Corporate
security
brother, what up?
policies are
Minneapolis,
solid,
Minnesota,
so you can
and
buy
Vegas.
with absolute
What up?
confidence.
Ooh.
More tickets,
My
better service,
my first,
and lower
my
prices.
number one
so you
place
can
in the world
witness
is
the
Las
best
Vegas, man.
entertainment, culture,
Uncle
and
Mike is in
sports
Houston.
events
What up? Be
worldwide.
careful down there. Try to stay
At
dry.
Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a
Florida,
legend bring down the
Sin
house
City. Yeah,
or watching
yeah.
your team
All right,
win
we
the
got-
championship is about more than a
Minneapolis.
ticket.
All right. Thank you so much
It's
for the
about being
hearts.
there.
I'll check you out in
For
about an
all
hour. I'll bring
your
the screen back
sports
up
and
in about an hour.
entertainment
Thank you
ticket
for the
needs,
Periscope people. All
call
right.
us at
Peace.
855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Time.
Yep.
You will not be
How
able to
much?
lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining your boy. What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening, man? Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy. It is a Throwback Thursday. And, oh boy, we're going to have some fun today. Doing what we do. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. One of them days. Going to talk a lot of NBA, get your phone calls, read a lot of your chat messages. Shouts out to everybody on Periscope. My pre-show Periscopers. Thank you very much. Follow me on Periscope. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment on Facebook. We all over the social media thing, man. All right, so I was on Periscope a little bit earlier, and we were having a conversation, man. Obviously, if you paid attention to the news, you've seen what's going on, what happened in Charleston, South Carolina last night, my second hometown, as I call it. 9 people killed at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Whenever I do a show like this, man, when something tragic has happened in the world, and it kind of, especially something that touches home, man, it's just awkward. It's just very awkward, to say the least. But let me first of all say condolences and prayers to the families of the victims that got killed last night, as well as to Emmanuel AME Church, as well as to Charleston in general, man. I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, just sick. And I always tell a story. When I was in high school, we had a shop teacher, Fess Manigault, and he always used to say, "We living in a time, Fessa. We are living in a time." I mean, you in the house of the Lord, 1 minute praising him. They were at a Bible study, from what the story says, and then some lunatic, and I guess in effect a real life devil, comes in and takes your life away from you. So just unbelievable. For people that are familiar with Charleston, I know because it's a huge tourist location, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This church is situated right off of Calhoun Street, not too far from Meeting Street. Anybody from that area knows exactly where I'm talking about. They've seen this church because the church is very prominent. It's a landmark. You've heard all the stories. Martin Luther King Jr. actually spoke there. And so the church has been around for, I think they said, the early 1800s, burned down. A lot of civil unrest, obviously, in which you can imagine with a historical church like that being in Charleston, South Carolina, for obvious reasons. But just tragic, man. Unbelievable. Once again, it kind of puts a damper on sports talk. I mean, how the hell can you talk about sports after something like that's happened? And once again, especially being so close to me. I didn't know, I didn't have any family, anybody that I knew personally that was killed. One of the people killed actually went to South Carolina State at the same time that I did. Her name was Sharonda Coleman. She actually was the high school coach, from what I'm understanding, at Goose Creek High School. Remember a couple days ago I talked about Goose Creek High School? So she was actually the track coach at Goose Creek High School. She ran track at South Carolina State when I was there. Once again, I didn't know her personally, but just seeing some thoughts from people on my timeline on Facebook, and I went back and grabbed the yearbook, and sure enough, she was right there. So just unbelievably tragic, man. Prayers, condolences for the family, man. Pray for Charleston. Pray for Emmanuel AME Church. All right, this is the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What I kind of wanted to do today, man, is get into a conversation about the NBA. We'll do some follow-up stories, I guess, from the finals and what happened when the Golden State Warriors did win this year's NBA championship game. And then I kind of want to do like a year review. And I haven't really seen anybody do that as far as the national stage, and kind of looking back. There's so many teams, and you don't want to hit everything and hit all of the teams, but we'll talk about some of the prominent stories involving these teams, the future for some of the teams in the NBA, and I'll get your thoughts. Is your team one of the squads that actually made a step forward this year, like a lot of Atlanta Hawks fans can attest to? Hawks made an incredible stride this year, and will it continue? Can they add to the roster to get even better? So we'll kind of touch upon some of the teams and their fortunes going forward. As well as there's some stories going on in the NFL. A team has a new logo, which is absolutely horrible. I mean, you've seen it. We'll talk about them. They just can't get right. This particular team I'm talking about, they just cannot get right, so we'll talk about them. Man, what the hell is going on with baseball with the St. Louis Cardinals? We'll hit that as well. And Johnny Manziel said he is turning over a new leaf. I see it. Or I believe it when I see it. Let's put it like that. So we'll hit all of that stuff today on the show as well. And if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, what we do around here, man, is we talk guy talk. I almost don't want to say it's sports. We talk the majority of sports on the show. It's technically a sports talk show, but we talk whatever's going on in the world of entertainment. pop culture, hip-hop culture, whatever dudes is talking about, that's what we hit. Most of the listeners come from Metro Atlanta, obviously, because this is where the show is based. But we got listeners all over the world. I mean, all over the world. Shouts out to all of the Stewies already in the chat room right now. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate the love. Continue to pass the word and tell people about it. The easy way to be totally interactive is to jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com, all right? Follow the show on Spreaker, and then hit the little chat bubble, and bam, you're instantly transferred or transformed to Fantasy Island, the Fantasy Island of chat rooms, the Doug Stewart Show chat room. With all of the constants, the everyday, the family, I call them, the Stewies. Shouts out to Texas Ty, Vern from Jersey, his younger brother, Rel Scott, Mocha Bella. Shouts out to y'all. Big Smooth up in Minnesota. Big Smooth, what's going on up there in the Midwest. So shouts out to all of y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for being totally interactive and participating in this FI sports talk. And I did say FI, F-I apostrophe, not F-I-R-E. F-I apostrophe is a Georgia thing. So, yeah. Give me a call, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We got Tree back today. Yeah. Last couple of days, Tree has had to go see a man about mini horses. She been gone so many days that she got a stable of horses.
I never really leave. I'm always working. I try to explain that to people.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's Tree right there, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. All right, when we get back from the break, we'll jump into some NBA review, season review, where we'll also talk about the numbers that these NBA finals garnered. Incredible numbers, man. Y'all were entertained. The numbers say y'all were entertained. Word to my mother. That's a mid-'80s phrase right there. Word to my mother. Y'all were entertained. All right? The sports talk, guy talk with hot sauce. The Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Keep it locked. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. June 18th, 2015. Thank you for joining your boy. Really do appreciate it. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Kind of going to do like an NBA season review and talking about some of the bigger stories and really about the teams and the seasons that they had. I'll try to do a lot of the Eastern Conference teams. I'll touch upon some of the Eastern Conference teams in the first hour of the show, and then we'll touch upon the Western Conference teams in the second hour of the show. So we'll have a little fun with that. But, man, talk about the NBA Finals and the ratings. The 2015 NBA Finals between Golden State and Cleveland is the most watched series since 1998, Michael Jordan's last year with the Chicago Bulls. I actually talked about this yesterday, but it was kind of like pending, and the conversation yesterday was projections. But it actually did surpass what the Bulls did in 1998, Jordan's last year. The series averaged 19.94 million viewers on ABC, breaking Jordan's finals record of an average of 18.9 million viewers. I mean, that's incredible. That's saying a lot because, I mean, hell, you're talking about Michael Jordan. You're talking about Michael Jordan. And at that time, you got to remember, there was already questions on whether he was going to be back with the Bulls. And subsequently, you know what happened. He ended up leaving the team and going to play for the Washington Wizards. So that's pretty significant, man. And it's, I guess it's kind of like a, where it's the perfect storm, where you got LeBron James and the storyline of him going back to Cleveland, making it to the NBA Finals his first year back. And then you got this young, upstart, fast, exciting, compelling storyline and team in the Golden State Warriors, even though they aren't from a traditional powerhouse NBA team and city. But, I mean, hell, they got the league MVP in Steph Curry. And once again, they play very exciting, up and down style. A lot of three-point shooting. I mean, they have a style that's very conducive to watching on television. All right? And, so a great matchup, obviously, once again, and the ratings bear that out. So the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers right now are the favorites. They're the two favorites to make it back to the NBA Finals next year. As a matter of fact, Vegas says that Cleveland's going to win it right now, going into the offseason. So just a very, very interesting series, man. Y'all showed up and y'all showed out watching it. I mean, I was entertained. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I was entertained. I don't know about you. And once again, I think based on the numbers, I think you were entertained too. But I was definitely entertained, man. And then when Cleveland jumped out ahead in the series 2-1, that just added to it. The only thing that could have made it any better was if they went to a Game 7, which that didn't happen. I thought it was, but if they would have went to a Game 7, man, they would have just destroyed all-time numbers. They don't have anything. They only talked about the last time the numbers were this high, and for Michael Jordan's last year in Chicago. But I wonder what some of the all-time, viewership numbers were. And you would guess it'd probably have to be, Lakers, Celtics, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, some of those finals. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it would have to be. And I'm sure we can find the all-time NBA Finals ratings numbers. But I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess that it had to be one of the series between the Lakers and the Celtics where Magic and Bird played. I'm going to guess that right now, but we'll try to find out that information. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. So I said I kind of wanted to touch upon some of the teams this past year. The Atlanta Hawks. Do you think the Hawks are for real? I think the Hawks are for real. But I think they're going to have to address, the lack of size in the middle. Obviously, Piero Antich and Elton Brand and guys like that, they just aren't going to be enough. Al Horford and what's his name, Millsap are more power forwards, but they had a tremendous year, obviously, this year. Most wins in franchise history, 60 wins and 22 losses this year. Coach Budenholzer, Coach of the Year. Really a lot to be excited about if you're an Atlanta Hawks fan. Do you think that they can continue the success that they have this year going forward? Some free agent issues. Damari Carroll, we'll have to see about him. But, yeah, I really like what the Hawks did this year. And I think that going forward, man, they're only going to get better. How about the Chicago Bulls? 50 wins this year, 32 losses. And you know the story with Chicago is Derrick Rose. How Derrick Rose goes, so do the Chicago Bulls. They get rid of their head coach and Tom Thibodeau and bring in Fred Hoiberg. Used to play for the Bulls back in the day. A very good college coach. But they kind of took a step back as far as their production in the playoffs. They've got issues with Jimmy Butler. They're kind of getting older a little bit when you talk about Taj Gibson and guys like that down in the middle. So the Bulls need to add a couple of pieces as well. But the Bulls are the Bulls as long as they have Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose actually finished playing out the end of a season, the first time he's done that in the last couple of years. So I think the Bulls are going to be on the uptick as well. So what are your thoughts about the Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls, and the Eastern Conference in general? Who are some teams that need to be that teams need to worry about going forward in the next year? This past season that they had, the Toronto Raptors was a team. You remember early in the season, Toronto jumped out on teams and were at the top of the Eastern Conference, and then they kind of fizzled out or whatever, and never really did or made too much noise in the playoffs. In the first round, they took on the Washington Wizards and were quickly beaten in the first round. 49 wins, 33 losses. So what are your thoughts about the Raptors, the Washington Wizards, and Milwaukee Bucks? I guess that's the team that my boy Vince roots for up there outside of Minnesota. Before they got the Minnesota Timberwolves, were you a Milwaukee Buck fan, Vince? You know? So the Bucks made great strides this year. Jason Kidd, the head coach for that team, who, truth be told, is proving to be one of the better coaches in the league. After leaving the Brooklyn Nets after 1 year and coming over to Milwaukee, took them to the playoffs, the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. They got a lot, and I mean a lot, to look forward to if you talk about that organization. And if Jason Kidd can continue doing what he did and add to the team with players. You got the Greek Freak. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, Michael Carter-Williams. So a lot of young upstart players for that organization. Did some great things this year. And once again, Jason Kidd is proving to be a great coach. So what are your thoughts about some of those teams I just threw out there? At 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Everybody's still talking about LeBron James and what he did this year and you know, taking this Cleveland Cavalier team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Want to get some conversation on that. What do you think is going to happen with Cleveland? Do you think David Blatt's going to make it, or do you think that he's going to be out, on his way out? Heard a very interesting comment from a guy in media on yesterday, and I think it was Stephen A. It might have been Stephen A. Smith. I'm pretty sure it was. And he says that David Blatt's whole job rests on the shoulders of LeBron James. You know, LeBron's probably not going to come out and you know, talk to management behind closed doors, and he may even do that, though. It's been done before, i.e. Magic Johnson did it before, allegedly. A lot of players have done it before. The big-name players have gotten rid of their coach. But, yeah, does David Blatt have the support of LeBron James? If he doesn't have the outward support, I think the Cavaliers are going to make a move. And I think that a perfect fit, and I've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, would be Mark Jackson. I think he'd be a fantastic fit for that team, once again, because LeBron, by all indications, respects dude. Obviously, he's a great coach, did great things. They won over 50 games when he was the coach of the Golden State Warriors his last year. You know, he was shown the door for whatever reason. Speculation is out there. But, hey, I think Mark Jackson would be a great coach. I think it would be an upgrade, a tremendous upgrade from David Blatt. Once again, proven, great player in the league for a long, long time. And the big thing is just to respect. It seemed like Cleveland, and if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. It seemed like Cleveland, man, and the players in that team in particular just didn't respect David Blatt. And I don't know whether it was just from things that he said or things that he did, maybe even in their training camps or whatever. But, yeah, it seems like they just didn't respect him. And some of the comments you heard LeBron James make about the guy, it seems like there was a lack of respect for this dude. And if that's the case, and you bring in a guy like Mark Jackson who will have the utmost respect in the world, having played the game for a long time, shown to be a great coach, that would be a tremendous upgrade for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So what are your thoughts? If you're a Cleveland Cavalier fan, before LeBron got there, like if you're old school Cleveland Cavalier, I don't know, Craig Elo or or Ron Harper or Poor Man's Jordan or whatever, or somebody like that, Brad Daugherty or whatever. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this team and what they did this year, the first year back for LeBron James, and them going forward? And they kind of now, I believe, based on what they did, you kind of have, I guess, a foundation of what you need to do and what you like to do. This team made it to the NBA Finals without Kevin Love, who was their second or their third primary scorer when you talk about him and Kyrie Irving and LeBron, a guy that they traded for, and obviously, we're depending on, and they didn't have him, and they didn't have Kyrie Irving. So this team, in effect, is set. Vegas already says and thinks that they're set. What do you think, man? What do you think about the team and the output and what they had this year from the Cleveland Cavaliers? Hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com, the DougStewartShow.com, Spreaker.com. Follow the show. And what I'll do in the next segment, man, we'll still talk about these Eastern Conference teams, but I also want to talk about the NBA Finals and read some of your chat in the chat room, okay? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Yes, sir. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Oh, man, y'all in a chatty mood this fine day. I'm going to read a lot of this chat messages, man. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So just, once again, all day long, this is kind of like an awkward show because every time I start trying to talk sports, I kind of think back to the tragedy and what happened to Charleston yesterday. So once again, probably not as spirited as we normally are on the Doug Stewart Show. If this is the first time you're listening, just real tough. All right, sports talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete hot sauce. The Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And it is a Throwback Thursday. Yes, thank you for joining your boy. I'm going to read some of your chat here in a second. Talking about the NBA, kind of like the NBA year in review. Yeah, some teams made some tremendous leaps and bounds this year, man, in basketball. So we kind of have some fun talking about that. The season is now over. You do have a new NBA champion in the Golden State Warriors. Yes! It's always strange. It's always strange to me whenever, like when the Saints win the Super Bowl. From the era I grew up, there's certain bad teams, teams that are synonymous with being bad. And so, like, the shock of my sports life is that the New Orleans Saints actually won a Super Bowl. Like, that didn't sound right. Yeah, and so I think to a slightly lesser degree, I had the same thoughts when Golden State won. Like, Golden State has never really been great that I can remember. And, the last time they won a championship was 1975. So in 75, I was 6 years old. So I wasn't really checking on basketball at that time. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But so my entire life, Golden State has been bad. Yeah, I mean, they've been one of the bottom-dwelling teams in the Western Conference for a long, long time. They never really had any I guess they did when they had Run TMC, when they had Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullins, and what's his name? Hardaway and what's his name? The point guard. I can't remember his name right now, but you know what I'm talking about. So they had an exciting team then. Chris Webber played there for a couple of years. But they've never really been great. They've always been in the Western Conference over the last 20 years has been the dominant conference. If you mix in all of the success that the Lakers had for a long, long time. San Antonio and Houston's been good. Seattle was good. Had some good teams for a couple of years. But Golden State's always been at the bottom of the barrel. And so it's always interesting. And it's great, I think, for the league and for parity to have a team like Golden State win a championship, or a team in football like the New Orleans Saints or the Seattle Seahawks win a championship. That's what you want as a fan. As a fan, all you want to know is that your team got a chance. Like, imagine how bad it is to be a fan of a team that you know before the season even starts that you don't got a chance. I mean, that's horrible. And, in this day and time, anybody can come from the bottom to the top. We saw that with the St. Louis Rams, with Kurt Warner, and we've seen that really lots of times, or many times over the last couple of years, because of parity and the salary cap and the way that it's structured and the collective bargaining agreement that the players in the league has in football, that teams can come from the bottom and damn near in 1 year come all the way to the top. But there's some teams out there that really just, they suck. And nobody in the world thinks that they're going to have an opportunity to win a championship. Like in football, nobody thinks Tennessee's got a shot. The Titans or the Jacksonville Jaguars. And for a long, long time, man, that was the Golden State Warriors. So congratulations to them once again. Phenomenal. Yeah, man. And that's why it's always good to be a real fan and don't be a bandwagon fan. Because at some point, man, you're going to have your opportunity to celebrate. More than likely, you're going to have an opportunity in your lifetime to celebrate. All of the bad times are all made worthwhile when you do, come from the bottom to the top. But if you jump from team to team to team to team to team, what is that? What is that? That was probably the worst part of the whole LeBron going to Miami thing is bandwagoning just was taken to a whole new level, and it still continues. The whole LeBron thing going to Miami really exposed the art of bandwagoning, and it was sickening. There's rules to being a fan, man. And they might be unwritten, but there are rules to being a fan. And that probably was the thing that really offended me more so than even LeBron going down there and teaming up with Dwayne Wade, was just the patheticness of the LeBron James jock sniffing and bandwagoning of that team. It was horrible. It was horrible. You don't act like that as a fan. You a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, you be a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. You don't go to Miami when LeBron leaves. When the player leaves, we don't leave as fans. We don't do that. How could you do that? If Kobe Bryant were to got or left the Lakers, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, right in the prime of his career, and there was some questions about, would he do that, which he didn't. He could have left. I would have been like, peace, bye. Kick rocks. Don't let the doorknob hit you when the good Lord split you. Yeah, I'm not going to not be a Laker fan because we don't have one player. It's about the team. It is about the team. Yes, sir. All right, let me read some of this chat. We're talking NBA year in review for the most part, getting your thoughts on that. I'm going to read a lot of chat today from a man, KC. He says, BPA to LeBron for saying I'd rather not even make the playoffs than lose in the finals. Ooh, damn. That's almost kind of like that question, would you rather get blown out or would you rather lose in the final seconds? I kind of understand if you compare it to that analogy, I kind of get what he's saying. It just hurts. It hurts when you're close and you lose. It hurts more than getting blown out. In experiences when I played in college, the 1 year I played at Newberry College, man, I mean, after about a half a quarter, we was getting our ass kicked. And you kind of lose emotions as far as losing and how bad it is when you're getting blown out. But when you're in a game till the very last second and then you lose on a fluke play or something like that, or you just lose where it's a close game, that does hurt more. And so I guess that's kind of what he's trying to say. So I don't know. I'm not willing to give the guy a BPA for that. From Dollars and Cents, anyone see Lala? Did Link work? Yes, I did. Wait a minute. So what Dollars and Cents is talking about, on yesterday it was revealed that the great Lala, Carmelo Anthony's wife, is going to appear nude or do a topless scene in the TV show Power. And because I am a professional, okay, just for reference, I needed to see this so that I can report on it. And I can report that I did see it, and I can report that it is fantastic. Yes, sir. Yeah. Nice. Real nice. 50 Cent talk about he going to sue people if they if they keep showing it. Yes, Tree?
He's lying. That's a publicity stunt because it's perfect. Yeah. He ain't going to sue nobody because I'm surprised you were able. I didn't realize you were able to open the link. Shout out to Chef Ivan for sharing.
Yeah, thank you, Chef Ivan. Thank you.
But
I was able to see it.
50 Cent ain't suing nobody. That's going to make more people watch.
Yeah, and this 50 Cent is all about his money and promotion. He don't give a damn if Lala show her mama tickle bitties.
Is there some fun? Are there some lack of funds in that household? Why she would? Why he could agree to that? I'm not.
No, Carmelo Anthony, just with this contract that he just did, the most recent contract that he just did, is guaranteed to get over $100 million. Like, I would tell my wife, man, you don't need that damn job. And I tell my wife that all the time. I used to tell her that all the time back in the day. I'm like, man, my wife would come home complaining about something. I was like, man, you don't need that damn job. As a matter of fact, I like it if you stay home, and be a stay-at-home mom. You don't need them people. And Carmelo is going to get over $100 million. Why would he let his old lady go out and take her bra off? Why would he do that? I might even lose more respect for Carmelo for that than his horrible play on the court.
and she knew in advance, like.
No, I mean, okay,
did
so
they
you have
spring that on her or what?
I don't know. Oh, you mean as far as the production staff for the show?
Right. Like, how did it get to that point? I think someone in the chat said that was part of her contract. Man,
damn a contract. We don't need your contract. That's what I would tell the producers for the show. I'd like walk up in there with her. If I'm Carmelo Anthony, I'm walking up in the offices of power, and I'll be like, you see this? This is your contract. Hold on a second. We got people pay for demonstration purposes. This is the contract that my wife signed with you. And I understand you want her to take her shirt off. Here's the contract, once again, that you signed with my wife. You hear that? You see that? How about this? And then I throw it. I wish I was on Periscope right now. I throw it in their face. My wife ain't taking off her damn clothes for none of y'all. None of y'all. So, I don't know about that. How do you feel? I mean, do you agree with me?
Maybe she's stacking.
The man, say it again.
Maybe she's stacking money, like planning to. I just can't imagine him being okay with that. The players, people will never look at her the same.
Well, I mean, I'd look at her the same, but it'd be almost like I'm wearing X-ray glasses. I'm trying to look through that damn shirt whenever I see her. So yeah, Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to guess in his career, by the end of his career, is going to make well over $200 million. What? We don't need no stinking power TV money. You keep that little bit of change. Right. No. I'm not down with that. Studio audience agrees with me. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. No way, Jack. I don't get that. But I do give her 5 stars, though. Yes. Ooh. Yeah. And once again, I'm no perv or nothing like that. I didn't go on the internet like some people and looking for Carmelo Anthony's wife, and trying to look at her tiggle bitties. I wasn't doing that. It's just part of the job that I do. Okay. From Jungle Brother Doug, we demand a BPA review. A BPA review of what? What's he talking about? Sandman, I wish my Hawks would bring back Danny Ferry. Milwaukee is coming through, both getting new unis for next season. Can't wait to see what they look like. The Milwaukee Bucks, once again, just like the color brown, green is the next color that's hard to do something with as far as a uniform. And the Bucks and the Nuggets probably have historically had the worst uniforms probably in basketball. So an upgrade would be a good thing. From D. Rivers, Bulls got problems with Noah not scoring. It was literally 5-4 when he's out there. Yeah, but it's kind of like his great defense offsets the fact that he's not a great scorer. I guess kind of like the same thing you had many, many years with Dennis Rodman whenever he played for the Pistons or the Bulls. You weren't expecting to get any real points from Dennis Rodman, but his defense was so good he kind of made up for it. So I hear what you're saying. From Ms. Mocabella, my Heat should be better next year. Oh, definitely. If they can sign Dwayne Wade back and if he can stay on the floor, they should be. So we're talking about the NBA in review. We're talking about Lala's Tatas. We're doing all of that on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you so much for joining your boy. All right, when we get back from the break, we'll quickly talk about some birthdays, and we'll get back into the Eastern Conference, kind of like a year review, once again, for the league. I'll read more of your chat. We got a lot of stuff going on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Don't go away. This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678
678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster, Doug, I see why you got kicked out of the Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show, and it is a Throwback Thursday. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. I'm going to get back into the chat here in a second, talking NBA season in review. Lightweight. And also I'm going to get into some stories about NFL wide receivers trying to get their money. So stay tuned for that. But this segment is brought to you by Ticket Liquidator. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers to give you the opportunity to attend the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. The goal is to bring you more tickets, better service, and lower prices so that you can be there to witness the best of the world of entertainment, culture, and sports. And for all your ticket needs, check them out. Give them a call at 855-638-3034. Once again, 855-638-3034, and make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right, so birthdays today. The great Paul McCartney is 73 years old today. Happy birthday to Paul McCartney. What's that song he did with Michael Jackson? Say what you want, and don't leave here with my affections. You remember that?
I'm sorry, Juan. People already knew this was coming. Juan, sorry.
So he did that with Michael Jackson. There was another one he did with Michael Jackson, too. You know, because I don't know none of the damn Beatles stuff.
The Girl Is Mine.
Oh, yeah. The girl is mine, mine, mine. She's mine. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney are arguing about a chick. Oh, I mean, maybe Paul McCartney, you know, got some ladies back in the day.
He just threw shade.
Michael Jackson ain't want nothing, no parts of no chicks. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
He married Lisa Marie.
Yeah, right, come on.
And she wasn't having that.
You think them babies Michael Jackson's? You think those
no,
babies?
No, I don't.
You think them children were produced by Michael Jackson sperm?
No. He was on the Rachel Dolezal medicine if he thought we believed that.
Right, exactly. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Also today, Nathan Morris, 44 years old today. You know who Nathan Morris is, right? One of the members of Boyz II Men. Ooh, Boyz II Men. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a Boyz II Men hit that I could sing for the great listeners to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, to the end of the road, still I can't let go. You're so hard to me, you're so hard to me, you're so girl. Yeah, there you go. All right. Man, I love when it's a singer's birthday. Yeah. And what was that other one? What was the Cooley High track? Let's back up for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
It's so hard to...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
Oh, Lord.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times are made us lay, will lay forever. If we get to see tomorrow, I hope it's worth all the wait. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yes, sir! Boyz II Men right at my wheelhouse. Ooh, should have never been one of Boyz II Men birthday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. All right, my day is made, man. I'm fantastic. Who else we got here birthdays? Oh, Antonio Gates' birthday is today. He's 35 years old. Happy birthday to Antonio Gates. Tight end for the San Diego Chargers. We could have easily done a top 5 tight ends of all times. Antonio Gates is definitely on that list, I think. He probably comes in probably like 3 or 4. So you got Tony Gonzalez. You got Kellen Winslow Sr. And then Antonio Gates might come behind him. Ozzie Newsome was a fantastic tight end as well. I don't know, but Antonio Gates definitely one of the best to ever do it. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read a couple of more of your messages on the chat from Miss Mocabella. My Heat should be better next year. I already talked about that. From P. Cola Q3, Wiggins and Kyrie can't coexist. What do you mean, Wiggins and Kyrie? I guess they were debating on whether the Cleveland Cavaliers should have traded that pick, traded Wiggins to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know about that. From Vince Wright, that's a Wisconsin team, Doug, and we hate everything Wisconsin and Minnesota. Earlier, I had mentioned, was when I had talked about the Milwaukee Bucks and how they have such a bright future. I had said that, did my boy Vince in Minnesota root for them? I was talking about before y'all got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I guess maybe y'all probably rooted for maybe the Bulls, or maybe I thought maybe the Milwaukee Bucks. And so you're telling me no matter what, whether y'all had a team or not, y'all was not rooting for the Milwaukee Bucks, huh? Okay. My bad. From Stagger Lee. Oh, I got to be real prepared. And a filter out Stagger Lee. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm in this snitch like the Q's was getting in my ass 21 years ago. It's my Q anniversary. Happy Q-versary, bruh! Yes, yes. Happy birthday, bruh. I think LeBron needs a coach with a hairline further back than his. Okay, there goes the jokes. Bruh, you really should get a comedy thing a try, man. I mean, you should. From Eugene Jackson, top 4 in the East, Chicago, Washington, Toronto, and Cleveland. After what I saw out of Atlanta, okay, here comes Eugene Jackson, the ultimate Hawk hater. Atlanta need a couple of big men in the paint. Yeah, we do need a center. But you know what? That's the thing about it now, and the game's changing so much. There aren't a lot of real centers out there. Unless you get Jahlil Okafor or Karl Anthony Towns, there's not a lot of other guys that, really impress you or whatever. And that you would think would be a true old school back to the basket type center. From Rel Scott, I can't front. I almost switched teams when Dion left the A. I stayed faithful though. That's right, Rel Scott. Stay faithful, bruh. Brother Babe, Doug was a Lakers fan even when they had the most hated player, Dwight Howard. Oh, yeah. All right, but truth to that story is I really thought Dwight Howard was going to put us back on the map. I thought we were going to, not miss a beat from the championship teams that Shaq and Kobe had. And Dwight Howard, just a huge-ass disappointment. Big-ass baby. Kick rocks. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Doug, let's discuss Game of Thrones today. Oh, yes, the Game of Thrones. Yes, sir. Wow. I mean, all kind of ish hit the fan. And I don't know all of the characters' names. I've been watching the show 5 years. But let's see. Dragon Lady. I just call her Dragon Lady, man. A dragon took her ass back to her husband's homeland. The dude Theron and the girl, I think her name is Sansara, the girl with the red hair, jumped off the side of a damn castle trying to escape. What else? What else? A big battle, and I can't remember the dude's name right now. And his whole army got killed. He got killed by the big muscle brown chick. Yeah, just a fantastic episode. And the big thing was Jon Snow was sent home to glory. Wow. Jon Snow went home. Now, I've been reading some stuff, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that the witch lady is going to bring Jon Snow back to life, which is kind of creepy. And a lot of crazy witchcraft type dragons and magic and sorcerers and all type of stuff going on in this show. But a fantastic season finale for Game of Thrones. That's a great show, man. That's a fantastic show. Once again, though, it's very, very cumbersome. I guess that's the best word for it, man. You really got to pay attention. There's a lot of storylines, a ton of characters, but just a well-done show, man. I love HBO. I mean, that's the only reason I just hadn't gotten rid of my cable totally, is because of the pay channels, the movie channels, and HBO and Showtime and all of them. I'm trying to figure out a way around it, though. But, yeah, Game of Thrones was epic the other night. This is the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. When we get back from the break, we'll jump back into some of the conversation about the Eastern Conference, start talking Western Conference. Not going to hit all of the teams, obviously. Let's talk about the major ones and their year in review. We'll also get to some football talk at some point, and I'll continue to read some chat because, I mean, it's y'all show, the people show. Yeah. If you're a company out there, you like to partner with the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and let's do some business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com.
Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
The world's heavyweight champion of sports talk and guy talk radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Have you told somebody about the Doug Stewart Show? If you haven't, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. The fastest 2 hours in sports. We're working diligently on a third hour. It's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point, but we're working hard on a third hour. You know how you can help me get that third hour? You can donate to the Doug Stewart Show. That's real. That's word to my mother. Yeah, man. If you donate $20 or more at thedougstewartshow.com, we'll send you your own first-run edition of the Doug Stewart Show T-shirt. That's right. So $20 or more, we send you a nice T-shirt, good material, and so it'll help us out tremendously in our endeavors on trying to make the show even bigger or better, bigger and better. So $20 or more and get your own Doug Stewart Show T-shirt, and that's at thedougstewartshow.com, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Support independent radio. Support realness. Support me and my kids eating at night. All right, this segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative, I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. So we've been talking about the NBA, kind of like a season recap, season review. We hit the Milwaukee Bucks a little bit earlier, the Boston Celtics. Celtics doing some good things, man. Obviously,
making it to the playoffs this year. Brad Stevens as the coach. They won 40 games with really not a lot of great talent if you think about the Boston Celtics. Then you got the Brooklyn Nets. Kind of took a step back based on where Jason Kidd had them as far as their brand the year before. They did make the playoffs, 38 wins, 44 losses. But it's Brooklyn, it's New York, so it's going to be a destination where a lot of players might want to go play. Teams that were on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, the Indiana Pacers. You know what's going to happen when they get what's his name? Old boy back, and I'm drawing a blank, point guard or forward for the Indiana Pacers. I'll think of his name here in a second. I'm drawing a blank. The Miami Heat. Mocha Bella talked about them a little bit earlier and their team and them being back. But you know what? I don't know about the Miami Heat. I don't know about them as far as getting back into relevance based on Dwayne Wade's age and the fact that outside of that, man, they really don't have Paul George is his name. Paul George, the forward for the Indiana Pacers, he should be back healthy. I read a lot of things saying that he's 100%, even more, has even more power and strength and explosion after the broken leg that he suffered last year. So he's back. But I don't know about Miami. I don't know about Miami if they're ever going to get back to a point where they've been over this last decade, really, with Dwayne Wade and winning a couple of championships, winning 3 with Dwayne Wade. I don't know if they're ever going to get back to that point. But because before Dwayne Wade got here, you got to remember, Miami was one of those teams that was bad. They had some good years when Alonzo Mourning was there. They were solid, always in the Eastern Conference Finals against the New York Knicks, seemingly. But Miami is an expansion franchise coming into the league with the Charlotte Hornets, another team in the Eastern Conference. They weren't one of those upper echelon teams for many of the years that they've been down in South Beach. Then you got the Philadelphia 76ers. I heard Joel Embiid had took a setback as far as his injury, in which kept him out the entire season last year. And then you have the old punk-ass New York Knicks. What are the Knicks going to do? Not a damn thing. The New York Knicks continue to be the New York Knicks. Derek Fisher, love him to death, but he signed up with the enemy, Jack. You know I'm a Laker fan. So Derek Fisher signed up with the enemy. First-year coach last year. They were the worst team in the Eastern Conference. I mean, the New York Knicks were historically bad. They won 17 games last year. Just awful. Phil Jackson, love him to death as well, but once again, he signed up with the enemy. And I hate you. I hate you. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you, New York Knicks. Vern from Jersey. Whoever's a fan of the New York Knicks, I hate all y'all. Couldn't happen to a better team. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Eastern Conference, man? Who's some teams that are going to make some strides next year? Will Cleveland be back in the finals? Once again, Vegas says they will. Has them as the favorite to win the NBA championship next year. So what are your thoughts on that conference? Is there another team that could surpass them? I don't know. As long as you got a healthy LeBron James, it's going to be tough. And on paper, once again, at the start of the year, on paper, we talked about this Cleveland Cavalier team being a good team. I don't think anybody thought they'd win a championship this year, especially the way that they started out. But obviously did a fantastic job, took the Golden State Warriors to 6 games. So if they got all their pieces, you got to expect them being back. We'll talk more about the Western Conference throughout the rest of today's show as well. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Also, you can hit me on Spreaker.com with the chat, and I read chat all day long. Speaking of which, JB Jennings. Doug, let's discuss Game of Thrones today. I already read that one from Star-Lord. Eagles got 4 has-been quarterbacks. Who they got to throw the ball to? The Ball Boys enjoy being next to last in the division this year. I guess they had some Eagles conversation going on in the chat room. From JB Jennings Tree, Lala said they all have to sign a nudity waiver clause when they come on the show. I'm surprised Melo let his wife expose herself like that, considering they are set for life. That's exactly what I said earlier. I don't give a damn about no contract. What they going to do? Take me to court, sue me? Because I said I didn't want to take my damn bra off? No. Whatever. F you and your contract. Juan Cruz.
Well,
yes, Tree?
Well, but the thing is, we think she chose to do that. Like, she had a choice. If she didn't do it, they would have just gotten someone else. So that
right, they can get somebody else
where she is.
Right, they can just get somebody else.
Not judging her.
Right, they can get somebody else. If I'm Carmelo, I'm be like, baby, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that little bit of money. Man, that's a hobby for you anyway. You know you ain't got to do that. I mean, hey, look, I pull out like a bank receipt. Look, we good. Don't worry about that. Juan Cruz. Carmelo is paid not getting that move. Almost as bad as his leadership skills on the court. From Grego, a chess is a chess. Laugh out loud. Let boobs be free. Harvey Scott, Lala wants to be taken seriously as an actress, to quote her. Serious as an actress? Oh, so is that some type of like unwritten thing in Hollywood that if you take your shirt off that you're taken serious as an actor?
The clear people like to make that the thing. That and making y'all wear dresses.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing I hate. How they be making brothers. I don't know if they make them. Every time you look at brothers. Well,
again, they decide
right
that they're going to do that.
Brothers always got to put on a dress. I don't like that. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Next thing you know, you got Bruce Jenner's running around. From Boosa. Sounds like Doug is in. Wait a minute. Okay, let me review that. Obviously, these are some messages talking about my singing exploits. So it sounds like Doug is in pain. We don't want to read that one. Sandman, End of the Road. Sing it, Dougie. Yes. Thank you. John Fisher, sing it, Doug. Sexual Chocolate. That boy good. Yes, sir. Boosa. Damn. Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. From Tyrone Simmons. Come on, cuz. Stop it. Laugh out loud. My cousin Tyrone saying stop what? Stop what? Stop what? What are you talking about, cuz? What up, cuz? Hope you're doing. How's the family? Kiss the kid for me. Fat Boy McCoon. End of the Road is the worst love song of all time. It's not one of the top ones. It's not nothing like Ebony Eyes or something like that. I mean, it's pretty good, though. Chucktown Frank, sing it, sing it, sing it. I tell you what. I mean, man, when I get this type of encouragement from my peoples, it really compels me to sing even more. Dude, it does. Thank you. I really try hard. Oh, I hadn't even told y'all that I've signed up for singing lessons, so I'm just going to fine-tune what the good Lord already gave me. So 2 days a week, I go and I take singing lessons, man. So I didn't share that with y'all. I've been doing it for about a week or so now, so thank you very much, man. I'm even going to take my God-given ability to even a higher level. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And it's all because of y'all. Thank y'all. I mean, I knew I could sing, but then when I started letting the world hear me sing, then I realized that it's a gift from God. And so what you do with gifts from God is you nurture them. Yes! And so that's what I'm doing. Yes, sir. Taking it to a whole new level. J-Rob, Doug butchered it, End of the Road. Kiss My Go to Hell. Tree, please shoot. Shoot him. Okay, we're not going to read those messages. I think those guys are trying to email somebody else. All right, we get back from the break, man. More of the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And this is a Throwback Thursday. Talking about some NBA year in review. Man, I think I've been sleeping on this beat. It's that ludicrous, what's your fantasy beat? Yeah, this is the Doug Stewart Show. Hit me up on the chat line on Spreaker.com, as well as you can give me a call if you'd like, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. This segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as little as $16.50 per month. Check them out online at System5electronicsinc.com. All right, thank you so much for joining your boy. We're talking NBA season review, kind of, sort of, having a lot of fun talking about the NFL, the NBA teams in the Eastern Conference in the first hour of the show, and a little bit the last segment as well. We're going to kind of touch upon some of the Western Conference teams, their past season, and them going forward next year. A little football talk, though, man. Two very prominent, very good wide receivers in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys' Dez Bryant and the Atlanta Falcons' Julio Jones, are in contract-type negotiations. Dez Bryant saying that he is not going to show up to training camp. He may not even show up for the first game of the year unless he gets a new deal. And the guy wants security. Now, he'd get the franchise tag, which would get him, like, I think $13 million a year, but that's not the point. These guys want long-term stability. They want that guaranteed money up front. You got to pay Dez Bryant. I mean, it's not even close to him being the best player on that Dallas Cowboys team. And Dallas has been down for a long-ass time. So you're going to have to pay him. You're going to have to make him happy. And he's such a volatile guy that you want to keep him happy. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to drag this along. You don't want to piss him off because he might go off at the deep end. He's one of those quote-unquote loose cannons. So you want to pay Dez his money, keep Dez happy, and keep winning football games. Hell, you're doing some good things over the last couple of years. Tony Romo didn't absolutely suck last year. and I'm holding 2 thumbs down. He didn't suck. So you got to make Dez Bryant happy, and you definitely have to sign Julio Jones, which I would say is probably, I'm trying to think, between him and Matt Ryan. A lot of people obviously would argue that Matt Ryan is the best player on the team because he's the quarterback. I don't know, man. I think Julio might be the best player on this team, on the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, talent-wise, skill-wise, he's a beast. 2-time Pro Bowler. He's kind of taken a more positive stance as far as negotiations between him and his and the team and his agent, Jimmy Sexton, saying that he's going to show up to training camps, OTAs. He's showing up to all of that type stuff and saying that he's very confident they're going to work out a deal. So he's being, quote, unquote, more of a, I guess you'd call it more of a professional, and you know, looking at the business aspect of it more so than Dez. And Dez is very emotional. You know, Dez is super emotional. Once again, like I said earlier, you don't want to piss that guy off, because a pissed-off Dez Bryant is going to be a problem for your entire team, for your entire locker room. So you definitely want to do that. Now, listen, I'm on Periscope right now. I just went live on Periscope for this segment. I might even go another segment. So if you want to follow your boy on Periscope and see what's going on, and I guess kind of see a little bit behind the scenes of what goes on in the studios here at Stewart Media and Entertainment, log on to Periscope and check your boy out. I don't want you to log out of Spreaker, though. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not log out of the app if you're listening on the Doug Stewart Show or the website. Keep listening to the show in this platform, the audio platform. But for the next 15 minutes or so, your boy is live on Periscope. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Western Conference in the NBA this year, man. Tremendous year, fantastic year. Obviously, the Western Conference wins the NBA championship, and Golden State, they're only going to get better. The Houston Rockets, man, came in second as far as regular season wins. Dwight Howard, James Harden, fantastic young nucleus. I don't know. I think maybe Dwight Howard might have already crossed over the hill and might be going downhill as far as his career. Really not the same guy with the explosion, the explosive player that you saw when he was in Orlando. Just not that guy anymore. And I don't know if he still has remnants of the back or whatever, but not the same guy. And definitely his persona has taken a hit as far as character, toughness, and heart. So Houston's going to be a team to be reckoned with for the next couple of years. The Clippers got a new logo, which is absolutely horrible. Google that Clipper logo if you haven't seen it. It looks like it says CLA. They got L.A. kind of in the middle. Just Google it. It's dumb. It's really stupid. They could have thought that through a little bit better. So the Clippers obviously on the uptick with a bunch of great players, Griffin and Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, obviously. DeAndre Jordan, you got to see about that situation with DeAndre Jordan. He's a free agent as well, but they did fantastic this year. Anytime you can say Clippers and did fantastic is a great thing, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Another one of those teams that historically when I was growing up was just bad. But the Clippers coming third in the Western Conference this year. Portland Trail Blazers still doing good things. The Memphis Grizzlies got to get some shooting. Came back to bite them in the playoffs this year against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Or against who was it against? Was it against the Clippers? I can't remember who they lost to in the playoffs. But, yeah, it came back to bite them, the fact that they really didn't have any shooting. So they're going to have to address that, but still a very solid team coming in fifth in the West. San Antonio, is this the year that they take a step back at all the age of some of the players on the team? Your Tim Duncan, your Manu Ginobili, your Tony Parkers. Do they go back to life, back to reality? They've had a great run for, 15 years. Is that coming to an end? The Dallas Mavericks obviously made some strides last year, a good nucleus of players. And the New Orleans Pelicans, man, how about the Pelicans? Alvin Gentry now going to be their new head coach. I don't know about that move. But Gentry comes in after being an assistant, a prominent assistant head coach for the Golden State Warriors, winning a championship this year. This is like his 5th time as a head coach in the NBA, so obviously GMs and teams like him, like what he's selling. And he's got a powerhouse of a young team in relative terms and Anthony Davis, man. Could you imagine taking over that team with all of the young talent they got, and Anthony Davis in particular? Just a fantastic opportunity for Gentry going down to New Orleans. They're going to be a team that's going to be relevant. Once again, they kind of remind me and have all of the pieces to be like a new, updated, modern version of San Antonio. And obviously Anthony Davis playing the role of Tim Duncan, so we'll see how they do. And Oklahoma City Thunder, you got to believe that they're going to get healthy, that they're getting healthy, and they'll be back to their winning ways in which they were a couple of years ago with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. And then lastly, man, just to mention, I got to mention them. We're not going to mention your Minnesota Timberwolves, Vince, who had 16 wins this year, but we are going to mention the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, we are. Yeah, we are, man. Let me just say this. The NBA needs for the Lakers to be successful. They do. And last year was just deplorable. A horrible, horrible year. Kobe went out with an injury. Julius Randle didn't play a damn minute in the league. We're dependent on guys like Jordan Hill and Jordan Clarkson, who I like. I like the Clarkson kid. But really just a down year. But gray skies are going to clear up. Put on a Windex smile. Yes. I fully expect the Lakers to take Jahlil Okafor. There's some question on whether they will or whether they're going to move towards the future and the future of the league and taking a point guard as opposed to a center. You got to take Jahlil Okafor if he's on the board. You got to take Karl Anthony Towns if he's on the board with that number 2 pick. The Lakers need to be successful. You know, whether you love them or hate them, I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. And so hopefully they'll be back next year playing good basketball. Kobe in his last year of his contract, paying this joker $25 million, one of the worst deals that I've ever seen in my life. And you know I'm a Kobe fan. But we should have never gave that ninja a new contract. Not for that type of money. Not for that type of money, man. Still mad about that. I actually did a YouTube show about that about a year ago when they gave him the new deal, and I just talked about how bad of a deal it was. You can't give lifetime achievement contracts in sports. You know, you do that, then you end up being the Boston Celtics after Larry Bird and Parrish and those guys retired. They were bad for a long, long time because they kept paying those guys, and they didn't move on. And that's what's happening right now to the Lakers, man. We gave Kobe this lifetime achievement contract, and we are sucking lemons. And that's saying it nicely. We are. So hopefully Randall can pan out. Hopefully Jahlil Okafor can pan out. All he needs to do is just fine-tune what he does. He missed so many bunnies in the NCAA tournament this year. So many point-blank shots, man. He's just got to fine-tune what he does. Footwork and skill level was great. You can see it. Jordan Clarkson, hopefully he progresses, man, and continues to get better with experience. And hopefully the Bean can go out his last year, man, in style. Hopefully he can. So we'll see. All right. Damn it, I didn't read any chat. When we get back, all I'm going to do is read chat. That's all I'm going to do is read chat. Jump on Periscope if you get a chance. Follow your boy on Periscope. I know a lot of you are listening to the show on your phone, so you can't do 2 different apps at one time, so I get that. But if you're able to, follow your boy on Periscope. I'm going to keep it up during the break, and we'll have some fun. Oh, yeah, I talk for hearts. And if you're a Periscoper, you know what I'm talking about. So tap the screen, all right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. When we get back, all I'm going to do is read your chat. I see all of these great commentary or comments made about my singing, man, and I thank you. I thank you for that. Thank you. I thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. All right, don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And it is a Throwback Thursday. Thank you for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. And talking about the NBA, man. I mean, be honest. You might not like the Lakers and the fact that they've had great success, but I mean, it's much more interesting when the Lakers are relevant, right? I mean, same thing technically with the Boston Celtics. Same thing in baseball when the Yankees are good. I mean, the sports are just better when the top teams, when the legacy teams, the historically great teams are good. You know, you may not want them to win a championship, but you want them in the conversation. You don't want to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks and, the Orlando Magic, in the playoffs. I mean, unless you're from them cities. No disrespect to those cities. Great places, I assume. I've never been to Milwaukee. But you want the Lakers to be relevant and the Boston Celtics to be relevant, right? Don't you? I mean, tell the truth. Ain't it good when Dallas plays Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl? It's always good. So if you're really honest with yourself and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I had this little rant in the last segment. We were talking about the Western Conference teams, and I lastly talked about the Lakers. If you're honest with yourself, man, it's a good thing when the Lakers are good. I mean, let's be honest about this. Keep it real. The best team in L.A. is the Clippers. What? I'm reading off a Periscope. Come on, man. That's not the case. That's not the case. It might be the case right now, but, I mean, in relative terms, what? The Clippers have been good for, 3 years? The Lakers got 17 championships, I believe. Is it 17 or 16? They got 17 championships. Don't even get in that conversation. Somebody during the break hit me on Periscope and was like, tomorrow we should do the top 5 NBA franchises of all times. That would be pretty cool, and I might do that. We'll see. But you know who's at number 1. I mean, come on. We know who's at number 1. Shut up! Shut up! You know who's at number 1. I guess the studio audience aren't Lakers fans, but you know what I mean. Hey, this segment is brought to you by Pride America. In life, things happen good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and a protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place, so what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest, number 1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Pride America. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Pride America's top reps that can travel anywhere to any state in the continental U.S., then call my guy Greg Wynn at 678. Once again, his number is 678-439-7172. Once again, 678-439-7172. And tell him that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's amazing to me whenever I bring up the Lakers, and this was relevant. We were talking about basketball. It's amazing to me to how many people detest champions. You know, haters always going to hate. Right. And I hate using that term hater because I think it's overused in this day and time. Somebody could just be giving you constructive criticism. But, all right, the word and the term is caught on in this country. Haters are going to hate. And I'm looking at all of this Laker hate in the chat and on Periscope, and all I got to say to you is, how dare you? Haven't the Lakers given you great times of joy and pain, whether, if you're not a fan? They've given you great times, man. Shut up, studio audience. Shut up. We got to get a new studio audience in here. These people have become really unruly. But, yeah, I mean, come on, man. You want the Lakers to be relevant at least. You don't want the Lakers to win 16 games like the New York punk-ass Knicks. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You want the Lakers to be relevant because that's what we expect as sports fans, is to be relevant. From Quincy, no, Kobe kicked Shaq off the team because he's selfish. I disagree with that. Reading a message from Periscope, I disagree with that. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. No. In all honesty, man, Kobe's work ethic has never been questioned. Never. I mean, outside of Michael Jordan, and maybe Kobe's work ethic even surpasses Michael Jordan. I don't know. It's a damn near toss-up. Kobe has always strived to be great, and Kobe felt, all right, we're bringing back old history here. Kobe felt that Shaq wasn't as serious about being prepared and winning as much as he was. And so they always had friction. They always had beef. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, but that's word on the street. And so respect Kobe's greatness, man. Just respect his greatness. From Scotty, he says, I just ran off the road. Damn, Scotty, do you need us to call an ambulance? What happened? And why are you taking time to hit me in the chat room if you just ran off the road? I don't know what Scotty's talking about. From, who we got here? D. Rivers. That boy singing is meant for the ASL. What's ASL stand for? Accomplished Singers List? I think that's what it stands for. Thank you. Thank you, D. Rivers. You might be my cousin. Yeah. My mother's maiden name was Rivers, and I don't know if I should have told y'all that. Y'all might try to hack into my accounts using my mother's maiden name.
Hell no, you shouldn't have told them that. They will try to find you.
Yeah. All right. So
we don't find you.
Yeah, exactly. From Gary Gillens, he says, not even close to the lyrics, but be a remix. All right. Well, listen. Now I will admit sometimes I start to sing songs, and this is all in the process of me becoming an all-time legendary singer. Sometimes when I'm singing these songs, I don't know the words. Sometimes I know all the words. Sometimes I don't know any of the words, but I do know the melody. All right? And so I go with it. I mean, you understand. These things happen, so that's fine. Yeah, just call it a Dougie remix. It's a remix. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Eddie Mo. Can we get a role play with Tree being Lala and Doug playing Carmelo when she asked Carmelo to do the sex scene for Power? Tree, you want to do that? We kind of did it a little bit earlier.
Tomorrow.
So you're Lala, and you walk in and you tell me, I'm Carmelo, that you want to do this sex scene, or you want to do the sex scene and take your shirt off and let the world see your tatas. All right, go ahead. Action.
Hey, Mello. How are you? What's up? How was your day?
It's good, baby. I mean, we got our ass kicked yesterday, but it's all right. I mean, we still getting paid. We still good, though, baby.
You just need to rest a little bit. Like, maybe you need to take some time off.
I can't take time off. I'm kind of like under a contract.
I got you. I'm your ride or die. Check this out.
Uh-huh.
So, I've been auditioning for this new show, Power.
Right.
And it's going really well. Like, I tried to explain it to you the other night, but you just fell asleep. Like, my talking is irritating to you or something.
Right. Yeah, you are irritating, but that's okay. You fine as hell. So go ahead. What's going on?
So, like, today, the producers gave me my paperwork. My contract.
Right. Uh-huh.
And yeah, so I want to talk to you because they said something about maybe like in a couple of years I might have to, do some nude scenes.
Do some what?
Some nude scenes.
I'm sorry. Repeat that again.
Do some nudity, Mello, nudity.
You mean like take your clothes off? Oh, hell no. I mean, why would you even come to me about this? You know I'm going to say no. Why? What, you told them no, right?
I'm saying I want you to rest a little bit, while I try to do this acting thing and try to take it to another level.
Okay. I see what it's about. First of all, that little job ain't nothing. We ain't even worried about that little bit of money. You trying to do this because you're trying to get your career going or whatever. We don't need that. How about this? How about I give you 100 stacks and you tell them people to kiss your ass? How about that?
How about I want to be taken seriously? Like when Halle Berry did it, she got an Oscar and I could get an Emmy or anything. Okay. Power is really going to be a good show.
Okay. I really hear your Rosie Perez accent coming out. But still, baby, we don't need that money. You don't need that money, okay? We don't need that. I ain't trying to let everybody see your tatas.
I think you might change your mind. Come on, let's just go in the bedroom. You're going to change your mind. I'm going to talk to you some more. I got to get back to them by tomorrow.
Okay.
So come on.
Nah.
Let's go.
Nah, I don't like that. I don't want my boys in the barbershop talking about they seeing your tatas. All right, so cut.
Oh, Eddie Mo, why?
So Tree, I like how you just went straight Brooklyn Rosie Perez accent on our ass. I like that.
I mean, isn't she from a Dominican or she's?
Oh yeah.
She's Hispanic.
Yeah, she might be. That's pretty good. That's funny. That's
yeah,
all
we
right.
did that. Shout out to Eddie Mo. See, we love the listeners.
Exactly. There we go. I mean, you ask. And
we deliver.
We deliver, right? Exactly. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Let's see, more chat here on the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, come on, man. Are you not entertained? I mean, you know you entertained. I mean, who else is going to go into straight acting mode? Oh man. All right, so Craig O. I love you, Tree, but you have been nominated for the BP Award, continuing to let Doug haze us with the singing. Huh? Hey, let's just move on from that. From Fel Pay, singing lessons. Doug, if you got money to throw away, you can just give it to me. Sly the Sports Guy. I'm sorry, people, when you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Sly the Sports Guy, Halle Berry didn't win an Oscar till that showed her tatas, which is true. And so maybe that's Lala's whole mindset about this thing. And, yeah, Tree just mentioned that just now in our little rendition of the initial conversation between Lala and Carmelo about that. But trust me, you ain't no Halle Berry. Right. I mean, okay. You got a cute little name and you talk kind of Puerto Rican-ish. But you ain't no Halle Berry, Lala. No, you not. From D. Rivers, Phil Jackson got his chip playing for the Knicks. He's back home. Turn around, Phil, and bring chips. That's not going to happen. And also, why do they call it chips? I've heard that conversation. Every year this comes around, I always ask that question. Why do they call it chips, C-H-I-P-S, as opposed to ships and championships? Give me the history on that. I don't understand that. This is the Doug Stewart Show. All right, there we go. All right, when we get back from the break, more of your chat, man. I mean, I love reading the chat. I love making the show totally interactive. I mean, it's y'all show too. Damn it. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. And tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster Doug, I see why you got kicked out of New Edition. Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing. Okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday. So during the break, you hear Parliament Funkadelic going on right now. Flashlight, classic. This song is like mid-70s. But for people that don't know, I'm a member of the illustrious Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Do or Die, Xi Psi, the chapter, South Carolina State University, Spring 90. And there's like a bucket list for Qs. And if you know anything about the Qs, the bros, you know, we always step to that song. Whenever Atomic Dog comes on by George Clinton, we set out hops, we go crazy. The dog is kind of like our mascot for the fraternity, which a lot of people don't like that, but that's another story. But anyway, George Clinton performed here in Atlanta, and Parliament Funkadelic appeared and performed here in Atlanta probably 12, 13 years ago. It was one of those Centennial at the Park, concerts, summer concert things. And I think we were doing something promoting the show at the radio station that we worked at. And so we had like a booth or something set up down there. But anyway, so Atomic Dog comes on. And George Clinton people like points to us and is like, come on stage. I'm like, what? Huh? Wait a minute. Am I ready? Let me stretch. Let me get ready. Let me do this. And oh my gosh, me and my brother went up on stage with George Clinton performing Atomic Dog and set out a nasty hop. And we set out a nasty hop. And we got pictures of it. I can't find the damn pictures. But I mean, seriously, if you were a Q, ain't a bigger honor than stepping on stage performing live Atomic Dog with a guy who basically is the theme song, has been the theme song for the Qs for the last 40 years. I mean, seriously, maybe even longer than that. I don't even know how old the damn song is. But, oh my gosh, it was one of the greatest thrills of my life, man. Shouts out to you, the great George Clinton. And the whole way I got into that conversation is I brought up Flashlight, and then I thought about it. On Periscope, I follow George Clinton on Periscope, and he does a lot of weird things. George Clinton is something's going on with him. He's eccentric, let's put it like that. But follow him on Periscope, man. He always does these crazy things. The other day, he was in a field picking asparagus. Huh? Yeah, just picking asparagus. Yes, Tree?
There is some breaking news.
Okay.
About Danny Ferry.
Okay.
Being let go, or he will not come back as the Hawks GM.
What?
That is coming from WSB. Shout out to Sean T. Hill in the chat. He just posted a minute ago, and I verified. Speaking of
the Qs, that's my line, brother. What up, Sean? So they did let Danny Ferry go. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm shocked. And we've talked about this several times during the show. Danny Ferry put this team together. And the whole controversy about what happened with him. The Atlanta Hawks are planning to name Coach Mike Budenholzer team president, a move that would result in the exit of general manager Danny Ferry. Yahoo Sports is reporting. He's been on indefinite leave of absence since September after making those racially charged comments about Luol Deng. You know that whole story. I guess we got what we need from him, so kick rocks, hit the road, sucker. Yeah, and so Danny Ferry is out. Once again, I'm not mad but I am kind of shocked because I thought that this whole thing of kind of like hiding them away, having them stay under the radar was kind of a way for people to forgive and forget and then bring them back at some point. They're all boys. They all play golf together and go out to dinner together. And so that's how things usually work. So I never thought that they would actually get rid of them, but it looks like that they will. So, hey, if they like it, I love it. Danny Ferry is out. Wow. Yeah. Danny Ferry is out. Very interesting stuff just breaking. How do y'all feel about that, man, if you're a fan of the Atlanta Hawks? Very interesting stuff just coming down. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy. From Gary Joyner, the Knicks will find that miracle superstar player because I pray real hard. Yeah, you need to keep praying. You need to pray like 24/7 for the Knicks to find a miracle player to turn that organization around. From Grego, as a Laker fan, you can't pull for the Clippers' success until they get their own arena. I agree with that. You remember the old days we used to play at the Great Western Forum, the Forum, and, and ever since we moved into Staples Center, man, we've been sharing a damn arena with the Clippers. And maybe we did share the arena with the Clippers when we were at the Forum. I don't remember. I don't think we did. From Fel Pei, was in Russia yesterday on Periscope. I thought them drinking a lot of vodka was just a stereotype. Laugh out loud. No, I was wrong. No, I've actually Periscoped somebody, too, that was in Russia. And this is no lie, and I'm not just saying this just because you said this to embellish the story. They had a bottle of vodka in the screen. It was on the table. So, yeah, they really do like their vodka in Russia, apparently. From Cornelia Small, can't stand the Lakers, but I want them to be competitive just enough to get put out of the playoffs. Oh, my gosh. See, here you go. From Fel Pei, you sound like a bandwagon fan right now, Doug. Let me guess, you also like the Yankees, Blue Devils, and Patriots. No, I don't. I'm not a bandwagon fan that just likes the best teams in sports, and I attach myself to the best teams in sports. As far as baseball, I never really had a team that I rooted for. Never openly rooted for the Yankees, even though the Yankees were all over TV when I was growing up, obviously. Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson's probably one of my favorite players of all times, but I never said the sentence or to anybody that I'm a Yankees fan. You know good and well I don't like the Duke Blue Devils, and I damn sure can't stand the Patriots. So, no, you're wrong, sir. J-Rob, Doug, sir, New York hasn't been good in forever. Lakers haven't been good in a minute. Cleveland and Golden State just proved that a big market team isn't needed. Technically, you're right. I talked about the ratings a little bit earlier in today's show and how the ratings have been the best since Michael Jordan's last year in the league. I think that was, 1998, or the last year for the Chicago Bulls. So, yeah. The league still, does well, even though you don't have two of the marquee teams in the league playing in the finals. You're right about that, but it only is heightened even more if you got the Lakers and the Celtics. Let's just be real about that. From Uncle Mike, enjoy this Laker down. When we come back, downtime I guess he meant. When we come back, we're coming back with a vengeance. Clippers TV ratings are in the trash locally. They need to move to Anaheim. Harvey Scott, I'm honest with myself, Doug. I disagree completely. Damn the Lakers, laugh out loud. That ninja dwelling on the past to show your significance has said, Doug, we used to win. Whatever. You know you love the Lakers. Y'all just some closet Laker fans. That's all y'all are. From Grego, my dad is from Beantown, Boston, and growing up I didn't like basketball because I thought the game was boring because he had me watching Bird and the Celtics, but I saw how Magic and the Showtime Lakers play ball and said, if I'm going to like the sport, that's my team. Been riding with them since. Ooh, that was a very contentious situation in your household, man. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting, man. Yeah, man, I've been a Laker fan since probably 82, before Magic got there. I was a Laker fan when it was Jamal Wilkes and when Norm Nixon was the point guard. And the Lakers always have been, a legacy brand, a big brand in basketball. So I became a Lakers fan because, they were on TV. They were winning. The style of basketball they played even before Magic got there was kind of like exciting, up pace, up and down the court. Norm Nixon once again. And then they just had a great team. So it was easy for a little kid from the low country of South Carolina to fall in love with the Lakers. But here's the thing about it. I stuck with them through thick and thin. And we've had some down years, the Kwame Brown years, the Smush Parker years, the Dale Harris years as the coach. But I have stood fast, man, and stood by my team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! And I've been rewarded many, many times for being a Lakers fan, Jack. Yes, sir. Custom made from head to toe. The American Dream, Doug Stewart. Has been rewarded with championships for many, many years being a Los Angeles Lakers fan. And I'm never leaving. Not a bandwagoner at all. No, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. I really do appreciate it. Shouts out to all of the listeners out there. I call them my Stewies. I love you. I love you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tell one person about the show. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the DougStewartShow.com. Worldwide, shouty. Shouts out to the Tree of Life. Thank you, Tree, for all that you did today. I really appreciate what you do. Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. My engineers, thank you very much. Everybody out there, man, thank you so much for listening and passing the word and the gospel of the Doug Stewart Show. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.